Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Logging from Scratch episode. So as you can see, it's still raining, but you know what? Now you guys should be able to hear the rain if I did things correctly. Yeah, basically before in the other episodes you could only hear my vocals because I used to listen to music when I did the time lapses and stuff. But now, I've switched it back to doing kind of just the commentary for the 20-minute episodes. I've enabled it so you guys can hear everything that's going on in the game with the machinery as well. So hopefully that'll maybe increase things, make it a little bit more intriguing for people. So last time we were playing, we came through here with the processor, and we chopped up a whole bunch of this stuff here. So this time around, what I want to do is I want to hop in the big old loader here, and we're going to go around from pile to pile, and we're going to kind of do some slash piles, basically. So if you don't know what a slash pile is, in real life, what happens is a processor will go through a deck much larger than the decks that we have, and they leave behind lots of tops and lots of bits and pieces, just like we've done here. So what will happen after the fact is they can't just leave them out in the bush all alone and make a big mess. Under the law here in Canada, you actually have to put them into piles, all the pieces, and either chip them for recovery, or you can burn them and kind of clean them up that way. And what happens is there's a group in the Ministry of Forests, who's like the governing party, the government people who go around and they check and do something called a waste assessment. And basically what happens is they will look at the wood that you have piled up and determine how much of it could have been used and how much of it was totally a write-off for wood. So if you have a good processor operator, there should be barely anything for waste in those piles. It should be really, like, only the worst wood should be in there. The rotten stuff, the broken stuff, all of that. But if you have a bad processor operator or a new person who's learning, generally their waste assessment piles will contain lots of wood that could have potentially been used that didn't get used. So in my case, I'm being a real stickler about the quality of the wood that I want right now in my piles. So we are leaving behind lots of good wood. Like this stuff here, we could have easily gotten another couple cuts out of that. But loading it because of this game's physics is really crappy, so I'll use that as a factor. And basically what happens is in real life, after they do a waste assessment, if they find that too much of your wood in your slash piles, or these piles that you've left behind, is considered quality good wood that could have been used, it's considered wasting. You're wasting the wood from the block, and that's an environmental thing. So you actually get a penalty, or like they charge you money as a penalty in real life if you do have a bunch of wood that could have been used, just as it's kind of like a waste to the environment. You went and processed all this wood, and there's so much that could have been used, but you just left it behind to be burned. So it's kind of like a strike against you for doing that. So that's what we're doing, is we're just going to make these big kind of nasty looking slash piles here. They don't have to be pretty. I just want them all in their own little piles so we don't have to think about them anymore. And then once we get our slash piles all cleaned up or sorted out, then we're going to do some more processing and add to them, I guess. That looks good. And we'll go up top side here and grab some of this stuff. And like I said in the last episode, I don't really want to put all of them into one pile because I think the physics will freak out and it'll cause some huge frame rate drops. So I'm just making some kind of little piles all over the place and combining them where I can. So this pile I'm going to put in the middle here next to that pile, I think is what I'm going to do. So let's grab all of this. If we can get it all in one grab, that'd be impressive. There we go. Oh, lose that stick there. And then I want to get this one here if I can pull it off. There we go. Oops, well, we didn't get that one quite, but that's all right. So then what I want to do is just kind of drop it right in here. No rhyme or reason. Doesn't have to be pretty. And we'll get this one here. And there's a couple sticks down the hill I want to get here. Now, I wish I could just burn these piles. That'd be pretty cool. But unfortunately, we don't have the ability to burn them. We could probably role play it, get like a mod that makes a fire under it and then just pretend to burn them. But think we'll just pile them up and then imagine we burned them later. Because sometimes most blocks, like, they go back, they don't burn them for till the end of the year once September hits or it's really rainy. Because obviously we have really bad fire seasons up here, so you can't just burn them as soon as you're done the block because you'll probably start a forest fire. So usually what happens is after a logging contractor, at least where I live, is finished a block, they'll make all these huge piles and then just leave it all behind, pull all their equipment. And then later on, they'll have somebody go up there, and after the waste assessment's been completed by the Ministry of Forests, then they can go through and basically light all those fires and start them up, usually around September when it's starting to get colder and the ground's a little bit better. But I imagine year after year that time frame's getting further out because we're getting some really bad forest fire years up here now. So, but we'll see how it goes this year. Oops. Oh, I don't want to run to that pile. Did I hit it? Oh, no, we're good. And let's go turn this whole machine this way. And we'll put this in this pile. Oh, goodness. Well, it's going to be a true slash pile here in a second because they're just flying all over the place. There we go. Oop. Perfect. Okay, so let's grab this one. And I think I'm going to get the one next to the processor here, too. Because that pile looks like it can fit in with the rest of them here. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll do like a quick pan. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing a pan from above to show it off. Just to see our little structure here. Oops. I honestly thought we were close enough to get that, but apparently not. There we go. Oop. Throw that one back in there. And then there's one more that was sticking out here. Try to keep them at least remotely close to the pile. There we go. Bloop. And we'll go grab the ones on the other side of the processor here. I don't think there's... Actually, there might be quite a few here. Where's the next closest pile? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see here. I'm probably actually going to wander around a little bit on this episode and maybe bring some of those piles closer together too. Because I just realized we have a bunch that are kind of separated from one another. So we can definitely clean that up a little bit. Grab this pile here. Whoops. Yeah, there's lots in this pile. So let's go make a burn pile kind of away from our next cutting area and away from anywhere that's going to really interfere with us. So that's a fresh pile. It needs to be cut. I don't really want to put them in here because that's actually good stuff too. Maybe down this hill a little bit. I was thinking like right in here actually might be a good spot just to get rid of them. Let's just throw right in this gully here. And then we can latch onto this stuff in theory. Throw that in there. And let's see if we can get this stuff here. Whoop. Just cleaning up the trash here. But like I said, it kind of gives you the option to just get everything cleaned up a little bit. And then instead of having like all these multiple piles that look like good stuff, we can just throw it in there. And we know these are crap piles, so. This one looks like it rolled away a little here. Where are you going, little buddy? Join your friends in the pile. Let's put you, oops. Well, whatever, we can just leave it against there. I don't really care. We'll be back to pick it all up anyway once we start loading this stuff up, which I'm sure will equate to quite a few loads of wood when we're all said and done. Look at this and bring it over here too. And we'll just throw this right in the pile here. Bloop. Garbage pile. Okay, let's walk down here a little bit because I think I have some more processed crap over here too. Let's get that over there. Bloop. And I think these are good logs over here. I haven't processed that yet. So this will create some more stuff here. I'm actually going to hop out and kill these 2 trees because those will probably be a problem later. Snip, snip. These need to be processed, so we'll end up with some crap we can throw in that little burn pile there. We got a burn pile there. Is there any... yeah, we can grab some of that. And then that's our burn pile here. And that's burn pile. That's burn pile. Perfect. And then we will have to process some more. So let's walk down with the loader and grab the last little bit here. Oops, I missed this one. Can I pick that up? Oh, yeah, I can. Super uber strength. We'll just pretend it's a dead piece because it's easy to pick up those, right? Boop. Put that on top there. All right, let's keep trekking along here. I want to get this last little bit out of this pile. And then I think we're going to have to start processing a little bit more. I was going to move maybe some piles closer together that we have to kind of make it a more worthy spot. And let's go throw this in the old crapper pile. And we'll just throw it sideways. I try to make them kind of cross diagonal so I know that they're crap piles. That helps. Okay, so that looks good. Now, these 2 piles could probably be closer together, just because if we're going to move the processor all the way over here, why walk it into 2 piles when we can just make one nice big one. Actually got a decent amount of trees here. Might be a little tricky to move this because there's a lot of weight on top of that. So let's try here. Oh. I think the problem is one of these is in that tree. We got to get out of there. There we go. Oh. There we go. Bloop. And then we're just going to kind of shimmy shamble this right over here. You know what needs to happen? I think we got to cut this big tree out of our way. It's actually a nice little picture here. What do you think? Scored it. Thumbnail of the win. This tree is definitely going to be a problem. I can see that already. So let's see if we can give it an old snippery here. Might be a bit of a nip here, but we'll get her. Just tip off the edge. Pressure of the tree should launch it down there. I'm actually hoping we could get it a little further. Oh, that could be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to shimmy shamble these over. Like that. And I got to walk down here and I got to throw this tree into the lake basically because I can see already it's going to cause some problems. So let's go like this. And we're going to go like this. Whoop. Perfect. Boop. And leave it in the water. Perfect. I gotta go run back up the hill here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, now there shouldn't be any interference while we're processing. The reason I clear those trees in the back is because, like the last episode when we were processing all that stuff, what happens is the tail end of the tree while you're processing it gets hung up and then causes a huge colostomy of things, and it's not pleasant. It gets all hung up, then the machine glitches out in the head, and oh god, it just sucks. But we got kind of an idea of almost a little road here, so we should be able to bring a truck and trailer over here either next episode or the after one to kind of clean up the rest of this stuff. Let's see here. I'm just trying to determine if any piles can be moved closer to other piles to make it more accessible for the processor here. So this is kind of an ugly pile of tiny trees. So I think I want to kind of try to see if I can shimmy shamble this bugger into this other area. Oh, geez, don't do that. Trying to get them all here. Ooh, it's hard. It's a hard grab. Oof, there's some really heavy trees in here. That's a problem. You know what? I think we'll just leave this pile, because it's going to be a lot of work to try to get those out. Yeah, we'll just process it there. Now, those two piles are definitely way too close to each other. I should be able to shuffle the top one, I think. Yeah, I'll shuffle the top one down. So we got a slash pile over there and some nice wood up top. Now, these guys I would like to flip and throw into here, I think. And then we can keep everything in one area. We're going to basically be like a mini skidder plan here. So I'm going to try to grab two of these and flip them. I don't know how well this is going to go. These are heavy trees. We did put a lot of weight on this machine for that reason, to give it a little bit more agility, but I mean, even this thing has its limits. All physics have their limits, that's for sure. Alright, so let's throw this over here. And try to flip that this way. And we'll grab these three. Get them all slipping over here. Oh, there you go. Nice and tight. The problem is trying to lift them. The machine does not like that. That's a lot of weight. Even in reality, you probably wouldn't pull that off. Oh, geez. There's no way. Here, we'll have to drop a couple here. Oop. I think we can do two, though. Two, I think, can be... Well, we'll have to do two in one anyway, so let's do one. Let's skook them. Oh, jeez. Oh, come on. There we go. Close enough. And then let's see if we can get two. Oh, just asking for it now. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There we go. And quick spin. And drop it. It's getting a little deadly there, trying to spin those big ones. All right, so that looks good. Okay, so let's take a quick gander here at what we've done. So let's get a higher look at things. Let's get up on our... We can get up on this little ridge here. I always like to look back and see kind of what we're doing. So, no, this isn't a good spot at all. Let's see how high we can get here. Can we see it all from up there? No, I think the trees disappear. Oh, darn. Maybe we can backwards jump up one of these trees. That seems to always work. Doot, 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 doot. Of course, I always walk backwards into these trees and then I climb them. Then the one time I actually want to climb one, it's like a big pain in the butt. Okay, higher. Must get higher. 420. Alright, that's not working. That's kind of a cute picture. I like that. Something about that picture I really like. The angle of the machine. Sorry, we're in a photography mode now. Let's put this over here instead. Like that almost. Nope, needs to be facing us, I think, to get the ultimate picture. Like that way almost. Well, it's getting better. Sure, let's grab that just for fun. You never know when we'll need a thumbnail. Okay, so anyway, back to the whole plan here. So we got a little slash pile there. We got a bunch of little piles we got to pick up here all over the yin-yang. We still have a bunch of piles to process here too, so we got to go snip this one up. And that one's got all our extra bits from the top pile. This is a garbage pile. And then we got one big one up here and then one more. So we only have 3 piles that need to be processed left. So I'm thinking probably in the next episode we'll start processing again. Do a processing episode, half processing, half cutting, because we'll run out of time with the processor. Maybe we'll start taking out that ridge line, starting with that furthest tree, and then work right across, clean all of this up on this side in one big stabby go. And then we'll probably start loading. We'll have to. We're we're going to be loading for ages. So I like to try to change it up so I'm not doing the same thing twice in 2 episodes. So maybe next episode we'll do some loading to start cleaning up or something too. I don't know. You know, we just play it by ear and go as we go. So anyway, I'm going to call it on this one. So if you guys like the episode, leave a like, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe. And if you're in the bush, don't forget to hug a tree. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.